What's up, guys? It's Nick here. Welcome back to another video. So I know I'm pushing out videos almost every day now, which is good. I'm kind of remaining on a consistent schedule and uploading a lot. But in this video, I want to do a retro review. Today, I want to do a speed of back in time and compare it to something new. So in this video, I'm going to be comparing the iPhone 4S on iOS 6.1.3 versus the iPhone 8 Plus on iOS 14.3, just to see how much faster or how similar it is, because everyone knows how well iOS 6 ran across the board, especially on the iPhone 4S. It was super fast, and we all know how the iPhone 4S ended out. But yeah, so anyways, let's go ahead and power them on. So, oh man, I love that. So as you can see, there's already a different in design, but yeah, so you can see design, this one is schemorphic, and this one is kind of flat, and it's kind of boring now, and this had schemorphism and it kind of looked more realistic, but it was getting old, and I guess the change of iOS 7 really was necessary. So the specs we have a 1 GHz dual core A5 chipset and 512 megabytes of RAM, or half a gigabyte of RAM, and near we have I think it's a quad core A11 processor. It's 2.4 gigahertz and it has 3 gigabytes of RAM. So as you can see, it's a major difference. This was released in 2011 and this was released in 2017. So let's go ahead and confirm the firmware. So first off, with this guy, I'm going to confirm that it is indeed on iOS 6. There we go, 6.1.3. And now I'm going to show you on the iPhone 8 Plus that it is indeed on iOS 13.4. So, and you look right there. I mean 14.3. I mean, frick. I keep thinking it's iOS 13. I don't know. I got so used to that. But yeah. Anyways, we're gonna start off the test by doing a startup test. We're gonna power these guys off and see which one gets to the powering screen first. And this one got to it pretty quickly, actually. This one just kind of lagged a bit, so let's kind of try that again. And this one actually came up first a little bit, so let's power them both off. And now we're going to start up with a startup test. But in order to get them both turned on accurately at the same time, because I'm going to put a stopwatch or something like that, just to see how long it really takes exactly, but I want it to get accurate because I won't be able to push it and then push the power up buttons at the same time. Okay, so for a stopwatch, I got my iPhone 3GS and I connected them both to my power bank, and the power bank is off. I'm gonna push it in 3, 2, 1, and these phones should be powering on soon. And the Apple logo showed up first on the iPhone 4S. So, alright, so it's been currently 14 seconds, and a win here for this guy. But as you can see, we'll see how much faster it is in actually powering it on. Sometimes don't let that deceive you, or don't let that fool you into thinking, oh, it's gonna take shorter or longer on the newer device because the Apple logo came up last. Well, sometimes it's not always the case, but as you can see, we're already 37 seconds in, and as you can see, this, alright. And look at that, iOS 6 actually came in first place, which is quite surprising. Just really goes to show, and look, you can already do stuff, and there we go, the iPhone powered on. After, I stopped it a little late, but about 10 seconds later. So that's surprising. The iPhone 4S, not only did it beat the 8 Plus by a considerable margin, but this took almost a minute to power on. And that's, if you think about it, it's like the same speed of this on iOS 9. However, don't let that fool you. The phone is still pretty fast. From my personal experience, it's pretty damn quick. You can open things immediately and all that. So now let's actually see how it compares to the 4S on iOS 6. So let's start launching a couple applications. Make sure the app switcher is cleared. So I got 2 apps open here. Alright, so now let's start off with simple applications. Let's open up settings. Oh, and I actually didn't push it. Let's try that one more time. 1, 2, 3. And the iPhone 8 was first. Let's head back. How about a sub menu? 1, 2, 3. Exactly the same. How about another one? Oh, the iPhone 4S was faster there. How about actually going back? about the same. Now this one does have the slide back, so you can actually go back, while this one doesn't. That came in iOS 7. So let's try another application. Let's try the App Store, and I didn't press it again. Let's try 1, 2, 3, and boom, iPhone 8 was first, and actually loading it it's considerably faster, as you can see. It's a big difference in speed, but iOS 6 is still not super slow. At least it's way faster than iOS 9. How about the iTunes Store? And boom, right away on the 8 Plus, does not hesitate, but neither does on the 4S. It's just a little bit slower than this. How about something, actually also closing, how about opening an app and closing it? So let's try that. 1, 2, 3, about the same. Yeah, just a little bit slower, just because the animation is way quicker here. But actually closing out of apps, or if you want to open and close out of an app, it's already, see, way quicker on the iPhone 8 Plus because of the animation. Alright, let's try another application. Let's try Safari. So this comes up first, or it's newer, where it comes up with these favorites. This one I think came in a little bit faster, but let's try loading a web page. Alright, let's load up google.com. 1, 2, 3. Boom. Not too far behind, actually. How about opening this to close the tab? Exactly the same. How about closing a tab? 1, 2, 3. On the iPhone 8, that was first place. Okay, let's try the camera. Oh, did not open it. I keep missing. 1, 2, 3. And actually, I think they were the same, because the little thing, the square, we usually, when it shows up, it means that it's actually ready. How about switching cameras? 1, 2, 3. The iPhone 8 was first. How about switching to video mode? As you can see, you got a bunch more features now than you do on this. But let's switch it and see. 1, 2, 3. iPhone 8 was first, no question. And just right away, didn't even hesitate. But I like the camera animation. It looks super cool. Makes it look more like realistic and that kind of thing. Alright, let's try music. 1, 2, 3. And okay, this one usually loads and just kind of stays on that, so it's a tough win on that one. I don't know, but I think the iPhone 4S came in first. How about phone? 1, 2, 3. I keep missing again. Why do I always keep missing? One more. 1, 2, 3. Exactly the same. Both already ready. You can start dialing numbers right away. So I like that. How about weather? 1, 2, 3. Oh, and again I missed. But as you can see, now we got widgets on the home screen with iOS 14. But let's see. 1, 2, 3. Boom. This one wasn't too far behind, but the weather doesn't work on iOS 6 anymore. I don't know why, but it's just like that. Let's try calendar. 1, 2, 3. This was first, and this one not too far behind. So it really goes to show how fast iOS. Oh, ignore that. But it really goes to show how fast iOS 6 was, or how fast Apple optimized it for every single device. And when iOS 6 came out, the iPhone 4S was only about a year old, so you know it wouldn't slow down that much, or barely at all. In fact, it's a speed improvement over iOS 5, so this is actually the fastest iOS on the iPhone 4S, with iOS 5 coming in second, then iOS 7, and then iOS 8, and then of course the slowest of the bunch, iOS 9, and that shouldn't even have gone on there, but you guys get the idea. Apple really nailed it with iOS 6 on all their devices, and it performs similarly. And you know, after iOS 7, Apple kind of started screwing up with a bunch of bugs, issues, and just slowdown, and then Apple fixed it in iOS 10, but then iOS 11 screwed it up drastically, and after iOS 12, they were improving it. So it's good to see that old versus new is actually not too different in terms of speed. But in terms of design, I love iOS 6. I love the schemorphism. The app switcher, actually let's load the app switcher, which comes up first. 1, 2. Exactly the same. But as you can see, the app switcher has changed drastically. With this one, you have to hold on the app, and then you have to click the minus sign. It's not super convenient, so it takes pretty long. But with this one, all you do is just boom, just like that. Super simple. It's so crazy how fast how much technology has progressed within the time when that came out. How about loading up a folder? Let's see how fast that is. So 1, 2, 3. So a little quicker here, but as you can see, the animation is completely different, and you kind of have it like this. And but let's actually open up maps and see how fast that loads. 1, 2, 3. And I gotta zoom out quick so you guys don't see my location. But loaded a lot quicker on the iPhone 8 Plus, or not a lot quicker, just by a couple seconds. Alright, now let's get into some of the heavier apps. Let's open up YouTube. 1, 2, 3. And it didn't load there. Let's do that again. 1, 2, 3. And this is an older version of YouTube. No, I don't want YouTube Premium. As you can see, loaded a lot faster. I don't know why this is in my recommended. But anyways, how about Instagram? 1, 2, 3. And oh my god, I always miss it. 1, 2, 3. You used to have the old logo, but loaded significantly faster on the iPhone 8. And yeah, not too far behind there. And as you can see, the logo use is older one, and you actually were able to switch back to the older logo, but then for some reason they got rid of that, which is pretty stupid. Alright, let's try something like Facebook. 1, 2, 3. As you can see, a lot faster by a huge margin, almost like 5 seconds at this point. And that was about 8 seconds faster on the iPhone 8. And how about something like Netflix? 1, 2, 3. A lot faster, already loaded, and boom, there's all the profiles. As you can see, wow, it's quite slow over here. It's still taking its sweet time, but there you go. As you can see, it loaded. Okay, so we already tried music. So now I think let's try doing some of the other tests. I'm gonna clear this out because yeah, just so it doesn't really screw with it. But alright, we already did the app switcher. Let's hit the spotlight. 1, 2, 3. Whoa, what happened there? So a lot faster. Let's try that one more time. 1, 2, 3. There we go. So you swipe down on the newer ones and you swipe right on the older ones. How about the notification center? And yeah, as you can see here, you got some other things. You have the weather, stocks, and your notifications, and you can group them too, just like a newer ones. This one is just a lock screen combined, as you can see, so you could basically kind of switch to the camera from there. But okay, so I cannot get my Geekbench scores from the app because I don't have it. But I'll try to load up Geekbench for the iPhone 4S on iOS 6. Alright, so here are the Geekbench scores. So I got to get off the web, iPhone 4S, and I checked the firmware. It says iOS 6.1.3. I can't zoom in. iPhone 4S, as you can see. Let me show you guys. Right here, 6.1.3, iPhone 4S. And then should confirm with you guys that this is for the correct iOS 14.3, iPhone 8 Plus. So, let's scoot it over. So we got the score on the iPhone 4S, a score of 200 single core and 400 multi-core. So on the, as you can see, back in the day, this was a pretty big jump from the iPhone 4. The single core was the same with the 4, but the multi-core went up by a lot. And this, for the iPhone 8 Plus, I'm a little surprised with the results. 549 for single core, 1294 for multi-core. You think that's not that big of a difference, but this is a new Geekbench, so the scores with Geekbench 5, the scores are actually a lot lower on every single device. I don't know why. It was pretty stupid of them to do. But yeah, this thing, and then actually comparing it to the last one, it went down with 14.2. But both performance-wise run pretty good. So now let's do the next test, and that is the Wi-Fi speed test. Let's actually run the Wi-Fi. And that's it. Actually, I had to do them both separately so they don't interrupt each other. Alright, so the test has completed, and on the iPhone 8 Plus, we got a download of 95.9 megabits per second and upload of 101 megabytes per second, and the ping is 9 ms. I don't know what that means, but as you can see, it's pretty good. On the 4S, the results are actually quite surprising. You actually have 13 for the ping, and then you have 11.04 megabytes per download, and then 13.91 megabytes per upload. That is pretty bad actually compared to this, but I haven't really actually done any super heavy tasks when it comes to downloading and uploading, at least yet on this, because I literally just downgraded it like a couple of days ago. But as you can see, it's a huge difference. 512 megabytes of RAM versus 3 gigabytes of RAM. So as you can see, it's quite a big difference in terms of the Wi-Fi. Alright, so let's do some unlock animation. I want to try to do the Touch ID versus slide to unlock. How long does it take? So powering the phone on, it's exactly the same, but here we go. 1, 2, 3. Wow, that's exactly the same. So let's try that one more time. Screen on, Touch ID. 1, 2, 3. Wow, I'm quite impressed. So Apple managed to get it in, managed to get their Touch ID to be as fast as the slide to unlock on iOS 6, or they managed to get the slide to unlock as fast as Touch ID. I don't know because this one was newer, but let's try that one more time. This time with the screen off. 1, 2, 3, and this one was a little bit faster, but not by much. How about actually sliding up on the camera? 1, 2, 3. And whoa, actually faster on the iPhone 4S, so quite surprising. So now let's do one more test with Siri. So let's see how this will work. As you can see, the Siri interface is a lot different on iOS 14, a lot quicker. And I really miss the old Siri. I remember when my dad had an iPhone 4S, we'd all screw around with it. But alright. Hey Siri.
Until we talk.
Oh, what the hell?
Good morning.
Oh, okay, hold on, stop.
My mistake.
Sorry, stop that. Okay, no, we're not doing another one of those Siri videos, but I want to at one point. But, okay. Alright, here we go. Hey Siri, what's the weather in Dallas, Texas today?
It's currently cloudy and 57
Siri,
degrees.
what's the weather in Dallas, Texas today?
Oh, I didn't get it, so it's not super slow in getting responses, but alright, let's try something else. What is the time in Los Angeles, California?
It's 8:28
In
a.m.
Los Angeles, California.
California.
It's 8:28 a.m.
So actually not super behind, but as you can see, the interface is definitely a lot different. So as you can see, speed-wise, they're pretty similar, but the interface is definitely a lot different. Alright guys, so that concludes my speed test of the iPhone 4S on iOS 6 versus the iPhone 8 Plus on iOS 14.3. So what can we conclude here? Well, it's mixed results. They're both super fast, especially with this one on iOS 6. It's super damn quick because Apple was able to optimize their software and it wasn't super heavy for this. And this with the new software, gotta give them props to Apple. They managed to handle it well, especially with the older devices like the iPhone 6s, SE, and the iPhone 7. They managed to keep performance pretty good on this one. And the 8 Plus, it runs really dang well. And yeah, so both performance-wise are so great. They're so fast. In one ways, they're faster than each other. For example, this booted up faster. Then again, it could be because my battery is not, at 100% capacity. So maybe it throttled it just a little bit, but I don't really notice that much of a performance decrease. But yeah, they're both super fast. And in other ways, they're faster than each other. So it's mixed results. But I'd say for the most part, they're almost identical. So it just goes to show, how fast this was on its second version, and this going on its fourth version of iOS is super impressive on how fast it is. The iPhone 4S on its fourth version of iOS, which was iOS 8, was already slowing down significantly, but it wasn't terrible like iOS 9. But yeah, so props to Apple for how they handled iOS 6 back in the day, and props to them for now how they're able to handle iOS 14. So that's it for this video, guys. Just a short retro speed test. I wanted to compare the old to the new. And my upload schedule is pretty high right now. As you can see, I'm uploading videos every single day now. So that's pretty good. And actually, I think the next video I'm going to film is going to be the two series actually messing around. Or kind of both talking to each other because, I did this with my cousin once. When he had his iPhone SE and I had my iPhone 6. We were screwing around with Siri and it was funny. So I might do that again, just kind of recreate it. But alright guys, so that's it for this video. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.
Search this shit for you.